Hello everybody, this is Rachna once again, and here I am with a new chapter for you, My Financial Career by Stephen Leacock. So well children, let's understand a little about our author. Well, his full name is Stephen P.H. Butler Leacock, F.R.S.C., and he was a Canadian teacher, political scientist, writer, and a humorist. So between the years 1915 to 1925, children, he was considered to be the world's best known English speaking humorist in the world. Come to think of it, right? He was born on 30th December 1869 in United Kingdom, and he died on 28th March 1944 in Canada. And amongst his movies we have My Financial Career. Not to forget the awards that he got. In the awards, he got the Governor General's Literary Award for English Language Non-Fiction. Wow! So well, let's get started with My Financial Career by Stephen Leacock. So well children, I'm sure everybody's, their brains rattle the first thing that they enter, a bank, the first time that they ever enter a bank. And naturally, it's very, very natural because you're doing something new. And the most important thing is that it concerns your money. Where money matters, everybody gets into a jittery state of affairs. So well children, today we are going to do this thing a little different. I am in a mood to narrate this poem to you with a slight voice modulation. Alright, I hope it works for all of us, right? So let's get started with this. You see, our narrator, he being nervous and having got his increment, he went to the bank because he thought that the bank was the best place to keep his increment. So for him it was a big amount, and I guess for every one of us it definitely is a big amount if we plan to use it that way. If we think if we are earning, let's say, $50, for us that $50 is a very big amount, right, as compared to those who are earning $50,000, right? So here, what happens with him? Well, he went up to the bank, and at the wicket marked accountant, he went up to him and said, "Can I see the manager?" And the accountant said, "Certainly." And he went, he met the manager there. So he said to him, "Can I see you alone?" So he said again to him, because the manager didn't reply, he said again, "Are you the manager? I want to see you alone. Can I see you alone?" And now the manager, he looked up and he said to him, he asked him to sit down properly first, and then he said, "Are you one of Pinkerton's men?" So, knowing who Pinkertons were, the narrator said, "No, not from Pinkertons. To tell you the truth, I am not a detective at all. I have come to open an account. I intend to keep all my money in the bank." Now, the manager was a little relieved, and he thought that he must be the son of a baron, a Rothschild, or a young gold. So he said, "A large account, I suppose." The narrator whispered and replied, "Very large. I propose to deposit $56 now and $50 a month regularly." Now, hearing this, being a bank manager, he got up from his chair, he opened the door, and he yelled out in a very unkindly tone, "Mr. Montgomery, this gentleman is opening an account. He will deposit $56. Good morning." Turning to the narrator, he said. So, well, the narrator, he got up from his chair and he went to meet the accountant. And he did all the formalities of opening the account. And then he asked him, "Is it deposited?" And his voice was actually vibrating. So the accountant said, "It is." Then he said, "Then I would like to draw a check." So, well, he drew a check. And when he drew a check, he, when he actually said that he wants to draw a check, the accountant and the clerk looked up and they were like quite surprised. So, well, anyways, he drew the check, and to his utter surprise, the clerk asked him, "What? Are you drawing it all out again?" And that's when the narrator realized that he had actually written 56 instead of 6. So instead of rectifying his mistake, he said, "Yes, the whole thing." So the clerk reaffirmed and said, "You withdraw your money from the bank." And at this, the narrator replied, "Every cent of it." So again the clerk sounded astonished and he said, "Are you not going to deposit anymore?" To which the narrator replied, "Never." So, well, he looked a little idiot and to himself, and yet he said that, "Okay." Now the clerk asked him, "How will you have it?" Not knowing the ways and the language of the bank, he asked him, "What?" So the clerk replied to him saying that, "How will you have your money?" So here the narrator said, "In 50s," as if it was a very big amount, He said, "In 50s." And he said, "Your 6s?" So he said, "In 6s." And the moment he got the money, he cluttered it again and put it in his pocket. And he rushed out of the door. So the moment he rushed out of the door, he heard a uproar of laughter. And everybody was laughing at him behind his back. Well, but then our narrator, he kept his cool and he said, "Oh, who cares? I'm never going to have a bank account in my life, and I'm going to keep all my cash in my trousers, in my pocket. And I'm going to save the silver dollars in a sock." So, well, he was back to square one. He came out of the bank again. So, well, children, I hope you enjoy this. Well, I hope you all have a wonderful day and enjoy your day. See you until next time. Thank you. Bye-bye. Take very good care of yourself.